how to scale a business, raise your damn prices, number one. Number two, spend half your time selling and then half your time executing until you're about 200 grand of revenue. And these are all very loose numbers, guys. Spend half your time selling, 1/4 of your time executing, and 1/4 of your time hiring and training until you get to about 2 million of revenue. And then to 5 million in revenue, spend half your time selling, half your time recruiting. And then the fun starts beyond 5 million in revenue, spend 100% of your time recruiting, hiring, training, and making key decisions, all right? How many of you all are doing more than 5 million a year in revenue right now? Raise your hands. Any of your businesses doing more than 5 million a year in revenue? Okay, a handful. Everybody else? You're gonna need to do some executing, you're gonna need to do some selling. Okay, guys? Sales. This is not a pitch on sales. Raise your hand if you just don't like sales. It's a little bit uncomfortable. You would consider like, I hate sales actually. Maybe I actually freaking hate sales. Okay, so we got a couple people. I'm gonna tell those people that they need to go get a job. I was at a coffee shop in Ithaca. Again, I went to school there. I was talking to a really wealthy person. And I remember it vividly. I'm like, I'm gonna start a company. I'm an entrepreneur now. I gotta start talking to really, seasoned people. So I found this guy who built a pretty big HVAC company, sat him down and I said, I just hate sales. I'm not gonna do sales. And he's like, well, how are you gonna sell contracts? How are you gonna do this or that? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hire the sales team. And he told me just what I told you. He's like, hey, if you don't like sales, you need to get a freaking job. And I'm so glad that very moment he was brutally honest with me, because if you're an entrepreneur, 99% of your job is sales. You're not just selling customers, you're selling your employees on joining your company. You're selling your investors on investing with you. You're selling your partners on trusting you. You're literally selling your vendors on selling to you, guys. You're selling yourself and your ideas all the time. And then you go home and you gotta sell your 4-year-old on getting in the car. You're selling all the time. Your life is sales. Embrace sales. And right now, if you just said you don't like sales, put a thing on your mirror that says, I love sales, and look at yourself in the face and say, you are a fucking badass salesperson every morning when you brush your teeth. Because it'll work, and you go from hating sales, like I used to hate sales, to now I consider myself a very good salesman. I'm selling people on my vision. I'm selling people when I'm recruiting to get people to join my companies.
Before you go, we have a new sponsor of the show, recostseg.com. And if you bought a piece of real estate, you need to get a cost segregation study done. It's what allows you to get all that sweet, sweet bonus depreciation, and it's how real estate investors like me and many others pay almost nothing in taxes on an annual basis. You can cost seg a single family rental, a short-term rental, or a large commercial property. recostseg.com is affordable and aggressive and super fast to turn them around. They've done 10 plus cost segs for me this year. They're going to do many more for me. Visit recostseg.com to learn more.